Hi everyone, it's Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life, and it is the last day of April, and I thought since it's been 4 months of this year, I would share with you the layouts I've done for the past 4 months. A couple of them have process videos. My computer doesn't really like to upload process videos very well, so really I'm finding that I think maybe just doing shares is going to be the way to go. I'm hoping maybe eventually we can get a new computer, maybe one that'll work a little better. Maybe I need to get an iPhone and use iMovie. I'm not really sure what needs to be done, but whatever I'm doing isn't working. So this is what I'm going to do instead. So the first thing I'm showing you is my project life, and I'm doing it differently this year from last year. Last year I went week by week and I'm not done with it yet. This year I'm just doing a month recap. So pretty simple. I did share my title page with you in another video, so if you want a little more detail, go ahead and look there. The only thing you miss is the picture of Jackson and the picture of us. I don't think those two pictures are in there, but everything else is there. So feel free to look at that video, and I will post a link for that as well. And then this is the other part I want to show you, is the simplicity of my months. So this is my title page, and it just says Hello January. It's super boring. Not boring, I don't think that's the right word. It's simple, it's simplistic, and that's what I'm going with this year. And then there's a picture of me, and it just says the things I want to do this year. A cute picture of Jackson and a toy he got from his grandpa and grandma Anna. That is my sister and my niece, and this was taken the first day of January, so I loved that. This was the picture of Sean and I staying up till midnight. I go to bed very early, so the fact that I made it to midnight was kind of a big thing. And then it's a picture of me and my coffee. So really simple, but there's that. And then I have an insert for January because it was Jackson's first birthday. So this is Jackson and his great grandpa. And there's Jackson and his grandpa, and Jackson's smiling. And then you flip it over, and Jackson got to have his own little cupcake. So there's the picture of that. My journaling, and then our little family picture of Jackson's big messy face having the cupcake. And then, once again, simplicity. I'm a huge Seahawks fan. If you haven't watched any of my videos, I grew up in Washington State, so I cheer for the Seahawks. So just talking about that. There is a cute picture of Jackson playing with some beads. We were at the park. Jackson walking in his new shoes that he has already outgrown. And that is my mom and dad with Jackson. And then me, and it just says follow your arrow. I started my new career in January as well, so it's just kind of a summary with all of that. So that is my project life. Now on to the layouts I created, and I haven't counted how many I've done, so I'm not really sure, and I won't go into major detail because I think sometimes watching videos where all they're talking about is what's on the page is a little boring. I like the stories behind them more so that's what I want to share. And this layout I do have a process video for, but what it is about is last summer it was warm. I mean, it's always warm during the summer, but it was kind of extra warm, and it was enough to the point where Jackson ended up sleeping in nothing but a diaper. And so I snuck into his room and I took this picture, and I absolutely love this picture. And so this is all it is. And then the journaling literally just says that, how it was so hot he slept in nothing but a diaper. And then just lots of embellishments. I was able to use this tag, which I've had for a long time. So I was excited to use something old. So that made me happy. And things like this and this, they're both banners, pennant things from Dear Lizzie. And I don't know if I zoom in, there's a horse on that, and we live in the city, so there are no horses, and I was never into horses or anything like that, so I just simply covered it up. And you can tell, but I don't know, it's the way I deal with embellishments that don't work for me, so I just wanted to point that out as well. And this layout, I love this layout. Oh. And this has lots of journaling, which is my main focus right now. Is I want to get all these stories told. I have so many wonderful stories, and as much as I love just creating scrapbook layouts because it's fun, I want to get down the stories. So I already have the pictures, now it's time to tell the stories. And this is my main goal for this year, so I'm working really hard on doing that. And I've added pink, and I don't care. I don't have a problem with pink on boy layouts. And it says, this is one thing I do want to fix. When I was, there is a process video for this one too. My becoming is a little wobbly, so I might go back and try and fix that, but it's been there for a couple months now, and I don't know how easily these are going to come up. And then that second thing is, this is Jackson's cute little face, and this was the day he was born, and I had developed, it's called Bell's palsy, and Jackson was just sitting on a nerve, and so half of my face was paralyzed briefly. I got everything back. It took about 4 weeks to recover from that. So I couldn't smile. And so I don't actually look that happy, but I am super happy. You just can't tell. And then Your Mama. And it's really funny because I was looking at everything, and you know that there's like 4 different ways to spell mama, and I don't know which one's correct. So this is how I do it. I guess it could be with an O, M-O-M-M-A, but I spell it with an A, M-A-M-M-A. So if anyone knows like there's an actual correct way, or if it really just doesn't matter, depends on where you live, you could let me know. That would be great. So there's that layout. And then this layout I created for a challenge, and it was to do, I think, 5 of one thing, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it was for someone's 100 subby giveaway, and I think it was Rachel Reynolds, I believe it was. So I do have a little share about it as well. And it is just 2 pictures of Jackson, and he is sleeping on Sean and my bed. And so that's what the journaling is talking about, how there were some days where I was just really sleepy, and so we just kind of hung out in bed. So I really love this layout. It's really simple, but it tells a story, and to me that's what's important. And this is the layout that I find hilarious. So this is a Christmas layout I created, and it's of me as a teenager. And when I was creating it, I loved it. I was like, oh, this is the coolest layout I've done in a long time, and la da la 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 la. Now I look at it and I hate this layout. So isn't that funny how you are doing something and think you love it, and then you go back and look and you hate it. So I love the journaling. I like that I've got that down, and I like this purple deer. But other than that, I hate this layout, and I have to tell you, I will be re-scrapping it for sure. I'm not liking this. So we'll quickly pass through that. This layout is also for a challenge, and this was for Heather Little's, I think 300 subby giveaway. And so I had so much fun. I layered this layout with so many things that I've had in my stash for so long. And so I just did that, and it is just talking about my bucket list, and I call it my 2015. Like, this isn't my bucket list for 2015, it's just this is 2015, and right now this is what I would love to have done. And so there's just 5 things that I did, and I said travel, complete our family, have more children, own our own home one day, because we live in a very, very expensive part of Canada where owning your home really isn't that simple. Visit Walt Disney World and learn a new language. So, and then I just had this picture that is supposed to be an Instagram picture, but Shutterfly didn't do what they were supposed to do. So anyways, I just used that and then a whole bunch of embellishments, and boom, layout done. And then let's see, I also really enjoyed this layout. This is another one where these 2 pictures are supposed to be Instagram pictures, and Shutterfly messed up. So this one is called My Quirks, and it was a challenge for the Victoria Marie Facebook group about your quirks. So I did do a share about that as well, I believe. And there's not very many things. I think I'd pick like 7 different things, and then just did some embellishment. And this was a piece of pattern paper, and I just kind of stitched it, and then they're all on pop dots to stand out. And then I went into a tiny bit of a Christmas phase. So this was a picture of us on Christmas Eve, and I adore this picture of my little family. And I did a little cluster here, and I don't think I was meaning to do this as a Christmas layout at first. I was just kind of playing around, and then they are Christmas papers, but if you can tell, these are very non-traditional Christmas colors. So I'm just kind of playing, and I really love the way it turned out. And then I did my journaling kind of sideways on the diagonal of the stripe from the layout. And it's just talking about what Jackson's first Christmas Eve was like. So, and I did a black border on half of it, and then the rest of it is with this really pretty pink and two-tone pink color. So there's my layout. And then here's the second Christmas layout, and I really enjoyed this one as well. It is of our Christmas tree this year, and I built up lots of layers on them. And there's Jackson touching the Christmas tree. He was actually very good. He left the tree alone for the most part. So I was very proud of him for that. And so it's just that. And I think that's exactly what this layout is talking about, how he was a good boy and left the tree alone for the most part. So here is that layout. And this is the last Christmas layout I had. So I did 3 Christmas layouts, and then I was like, oh, I've had enough. So this one is just talking about Jackson's Christmas pajamas. And so I did just a cute cluster up there. And there is his cute, adorable pajamas. There is a penguin with a bow tie, and I love that. And then I just did a bunch of little embellishments here and there. And I didn't do journaling on this one because basically it says PJs for Christmas, and that's all I needed to say. So there is no journaling, which for me is crazy because like I told you, I wanted to make sure there's lots of stories, but I don't think that this one needed it. I think the picture and the title kind of spoke what was needed to be said. So there you go. And this layout, I'm sorry, it is in the page protector, and you're gonna get a bit of a glare, but I'll show you why in a minute. And this is a picture of my adorable niece Kira and myself, and it is just called Kira. And why it's in the protector is because my journaling is hiding right here. So I don't think there's anything on the back, no. I just have the front page for journaling, but it's not hidden because it's private, it's just hidden because I didn't need writing on the layout. Like, I want to tell my stories, but sometimes it makes my layout ugly, so I hide it instead. And there's that. And then this layout, I love this layout so much. It's titled A Perfect Day, and Sean and myself in July of last year, and how we went to a baseball game to support his oldest brother. And I did some clusters and used a bunch of teal colors and some gold, and I just absolutely love this story, love this picture, and then I was able to make the story fit on the page the way I wanted it. So there's that one. And I also have this one, and I love this one as well. I titled it My Whole Heart, and this was a 4x6 Project Life card that I cut to make work for what I wanted. And there's the picture of me and Sean, and then there is the picture of Sean and Jackson and me and Jackson with some clusters. So I love the way that works. And once again, I have some journaling, just kind of, sorry, this is hard to do with one hand. This happy notes. Sorry about that. There's the journaling. So I had lots of journaling. Nothing on the back, but it filled up this whole page. And then the date there as well. So, because it was more, and this one is because it's a little bit more personal, but it's just talking about how much I adore my family. And then this layout I'm also really enjoying. I'm loving the way my layouts are turning out right now, which is rare because I used to not be the biggest fan, but I really love this one. So this is Jackson. This is Sean's 30th birthday, and Jackson is exactly a month and 2 weeks old, I believe. So up there, I just did a little banner with the word birthday and 30, and then there are the adorable pictures of Sean and Jackson, and that picture of Sean right there is absolutely my favorite picture of him I've ever taken. And there is our family picture, and that is his cake that I almost dropped. So that kind of sucks. And then I was able to fit the journaling right underneath there. There's enough to say that it looks like a lot, but I got the story told, so that's what's important. So that is that layout. And I am very close to the end, guys, so sorry this is such a long video. But here's another one, and it is called New Career. And I was just, I am starting a new series about where I'm scrap lifting from YouTube people that I love. And so the very first YouTube channel I ever watched was Mercy Sierra, so Tracy Banks. And so I thought it fitting to do my first one that I ever did on something that she did. And so this is almost an exact scrap lift, and hers was from when her daughter got a haircut. So if you remember that video, so I scrap lifted it about my change of career with my journaling up there, and I love it. And then I used, the one thing I loved is how, I don't know why I thought that worked, but I loved, and why yes, you can do this, because I've tried to do a few things in life that I never followed through with. So this I followed through, and I'm very proud of myself with that. And here is my wrap up of 2014 and Instagram pictures of myself. So that was when Jackson wasn't quite out yet. And then that is me and my adorable son, and he is all of a month old. I was able to get back into shape really fast, which was amazing. Although I have to tell you, I probably look better there than I do now. And so literally it is just every month a picture of me that I've taken with Instagram. And go Canucks go, even though we're already out of the playoffs. Okay, there's that layout. And this is, and I believe I will do this every year now. I love the way this turned out. And I realize I could have done this with an actual Project Life thing, but I kind of like it this way because I got to stitch on it. So I picked some of my favorite pictures from last year, especially that one. You're going to see that picture in a lot of layouts. Oh, and there's that picture of Sean I love so much. And so I titled this Goodbye 2014. I said what I wanted to say about the year, and I picked some of my favorite pictures, including this one where Sean and Jackson are looking at each other, and it's adorable. Okay, oh, and I should show you this one too. Isn't he just so cute? Oh, so adorable. So that is that one for you. And then once again, I'm sorry, this isn't a page protector, but it also is a reason for it. So this is a redo layout I had done. And originally these pictures, there was another picture, and it was done in an 8.5 by 11, and I hated it. It was something, I think, when I was scrapbooking, I took about a 1.5 year break from scrapbooking, and the reason why is because I was doing layouts I hated, and I'm like, why am I even doing this? And I was in, I think I was 23, 24. I think that sounds about right. And so I decided I was, you know, I had a life, I was, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I stopped scrapbooking. And one of the last layouts I had done was something to do with this. And it was in this really ugly green color and green and pink. And I have to tell you, it was hideous. And maybe I'll insert a picture here so you can see how bad it was. So this is my re-scrap of it. And I like this one so much better. And what it is a picture of my dad and myself and our cake, and how I share a birthday with my dad. I was born on his 30th birthday. And so this is where that fourth picture comes in. And I put my journaling on the back. So, and what the journaling actually talks about isn't so much of me turning 2, because I have to tell you, I don't remember this day, of course, but about how much care my mom took into making my birthday feel special, because I did have to share it with my dad. She tried so hard to make sure that I felt like it was my day for me, and then we celebrated with my dad as well. So it was really sweet. So kind of a touching memory, and I have the journaling there. And then this layout I just completed this weekend, so we are so close to being done. And it is of Jackson and his 2 little buddies, and a bunch of journaling talking about how it was his first friends. And this is all scraps. I am so happy with myself. I have used so many scraps. I have to say the only thing that is not a scrap is, although it technically it is because I used this for another project, but is this little frame. So yay me for using up my scraps. Okay, so there's that. And then I have 2 more to show you and I'm all done. The one I just created yesterday is this layout, and it's called Routine. And it's this, Jackson was helping me take a picture. So I did title it #baby selfie, #my blue-eyed boy. And I once again have hidden journaling right there. And then the back of it is just some clouds. This was something I printed to use as a Project Life that I know I'll never use. So I just have it like that. And then the journaling tucks in there. But this is a scrap lift of myself from when I did a layout about my best friend and myself, and we went to Vegas. So I scrap lifted myself, and I wanted to show you that. And then the very, very last thing I have to show you is a layout I am working on right now. This is called The Floors at Our Lake House. This is so hard to do. I have a big, precious story to talk about. We no longer, this was my grandparents' lake house. They owned it, and well, my grandpa is no longer with us, but they also no longer own this lake house, and my grandma actually lives down here with us. Not with us, she lives in her own area, but she's close to us now. And so it's this big story that just means so much, and I am having the hardest time writing it. So I want it to fall along here, and I'm thinking about typing it and putting it on vellum. I have no idea. So this layout is not done, but it is what I am working on right now. So that's it, guys. That is everything I've gotten done in 2015. I have to say I'm pretty proud of myself, and I would love to see everything you guys have done as well. I know it takes a bit of time. You don't have to pull them out of your binders or anything, but sometimes it's fun. I know we all do separate process videos, but sometimes it's fun to just see them all together like this. So thanks everyone so much, and I hope to see everyone soon, and I'll do some more shares. Bye!